Today's story is all about the infinite love of a mother and her son who once lived together in this tiny southern home. Travis was still at a young age when he lost his dearest father Leo, leaving his mother Mrs. Queen reliant on raising her son alone. Travis's childhood wasn't too rosy, and he struggled with drug problems due to the loss of his father, which hit him hard in his teenage years. He was admitted to an addiction clinic and was treated for his drug problem and began to focus on brighter things in life. He loved playing basketball, and his mother was his biggest supporter. Years passed, and also Mrs. Queen's health deteriorated. She was hospitalized several times, and since there was little money in the family, Travis worked extra hard to provide for his mother's hospital bills. This was all at the expense of the maintenance of the house, which had already fallen into a state of disrepair during its occupied years. The house was last occupied in the summer of 2018, the year that Mrs. Queen passed away and Travis moved to another place. Ever since, nobody ever retrieved all their countless memories, and the importance of faith and religion is still wonderfully reflected within its walls. Let me take you into this little house today that tells hundreds of stories. So, welcome back everybody on a brand new exploration in the United States. I just entered another house and we've actually seen a huge resort so far and two moderate-sized homes. Today we're exploring a very tiny cottage, and despite its little size, the story of this place is heartbreaking. So, to start off, its occupants were three people. It was Mrs. Queen, Mr. Leo, and their son, Travis. They lived here with the three of them, but when Travis was still younger, in the early 90s, Mr. Leo passed away and Travis sadly lost his father. He came in like a very mental and bad state. He had like difficulties to cope with it, and he actually got addictive to drugs. He found his addiction in drugs. Eventually he got treated for it. I guess he was addicted to marijuana, although I'm not sure. And eventually they were just living here with the both of them, Mrs. Queen and the son Travis. Now they were of a strict Roman Catholic faith, and that's brightly reflected everywhere throughout their tiny home. Now, as Mrs. Queen grew older, her health deteriorated, and eventually there was Not enough money in the family, as the family isn't quite big, and Travis tried to provide and earn money for his mother, and she ended up living in appalling conditions because there was no money to fix up the home, and eventually she passed away a very short time ago, only 3 years ago in the summer of 2018, and ever since their tiny home has been sitting vacant. Now, despite it's a tiny home, I love to see how these people appreciated the little things. You can clearly tell that their home was a very precious place to them. God bless our home, and all those beautiful quotes is what we are gonna see throughout this exploration through their former home. So without further ado, I'm gonna start the exploration. Enjoy watching another beautiful little time capsule in the United States as we gonna explore the home of this African American family. Let's go. So we're gonna start the tour through this little home in the kitchen. And the kitchen is just a very moderate sized kitchen for such a little home. But you can tell if I open up this door, for example, that even in the kitchen everything is left behind. We got all the kitchen amenities over here. Pots, pans, everything is still standing there. The microwave, the toaster. You can tell by the cobwebs that this place hasn't been touched by anybody since it has been abandoned. I think we are actually the very first explorers to ever go inside this house. I can literally hear the cobwebs cracking as I open this door. Have a look, guys. We still got all their products standing over here on these shelves. Some very cute curtains over here. I really like those laces around the window. Oh, look over here. We still got salt, some hot sauce. Also these tins, they're just sticking on the plank. What was in it? Oh, I think this was used to bake pies. Now what's so beautiful to see is Travis actually lost his father in his teenager years, as I said. He was only left with his mother, and his mother was a great support for him during those difficult years. We're gonna see a lot of beautiful things that show the love, the infinite love of Travis for his mother. And already over here we can tell that this kitchen was definitely the place of the mother. Mom's rules. If I cook it, you eat it. If I buy it, you wear it. If I wash it, you put it away. They were definitely helping each other in the household. Because you can understand that it was not only a difficult time for Travis, but also for Mrs. Queen when she lost her dearest husband. It's so sad. But it's a part of life, and we need to accept it. It's just very tragic now to see the aftermath of their life and the dilapidated state in which this home currently is in. I mean, some of the floors are really close to collapse. I give it one more year and the fridge will just collapse through this floor. Same for the freezer over there. I was just walking over here and I could hear how rotten the wood was. It's just moving. That's all I'm gonna do before I might even collapse through it myself. Have a look over here, it's already cracked. I'm not sure if you were able to see it, but that's something we noticed. It's strange, the home has only been abandoned for 3 years. So that definitely tells us that Mrs. Queen was living in a very bad and appalling conditions in her last years of life inside this home. That makes it even more sad to realize that some people are just living in these conditions. I cannot manage, can I? Oh my freaking gosh, the freezer is still filled. I'm gonna close this up. That's disgusting. I'm so happy I'm wearing gloves. You can also tell the big presence of mold over here on the floor carpet. And we're gonna continue our exploration. We only have 3 ways to go at this point. This is what we're gonna explore next, but first I'm gonna show you the bedroom right over there and their bathroom. And this is actually the living, the most beautiful area in my opinion of the home. So over here we have their little bathroom. Tiny pocket heater on the ground. I don't know why there are pots standing here. Bathtub also looks very dirty. Behind this door over here is an actual other door. No, it's nothing. Just some clothes over there. I think they use it for storage. And then right over here we have the master bedroom, where once Mrs. Queen was sleeping with her husband, Mr. Leo. But sadly after the early 90s it was only Mrs. Queen left that slept there. A little radio over here and a telephone. Now I also think that our dearest Mrs. Queen that lived there actually suffered from dementia in some kind of way. Because over here on this little drawing from the Holy Bible with a verse 23:16, we still also have a PIN number written down, a 4-digit code, and I think that was her PIN number in case she forgot her PIN code. We have plenty of letters over here, and I actually do not want to go in detail as I've already done that outside of the camera. Also over here, we want to protect the addresses we visit, but those are a lot of letters from the healthcare that she actually got treated by. That tells us that her health deteriorated as years passed by and she grew older. Now look, we again have those very cute and elegant laces over here in front of the curtains. Also those 2 cute ornamental baby angels on the wall. Those very beautiful pillows with like a safari theme. You can see the tiger, the elephants. Even looks a little bit Eastern in some kind of way. And this is where it all started, guys, before I even did urban exploration. Dora the Explorer. She is the real OG. Anyway, you can tell that it must have been quite cold in the winters, as they have heaters everywhere in the rooms. Then the other side, we can see a wardrobe that is just entirely filled with all their clothes still left behind. The little dressoir over there. And over here, we also have lots of things still left behind from them. For example, the glasses over here, some letters, some nuts, and some other knickknacks. I think this was a picture from Mrs. Queen with her brothers and maybe the daughter of one of their brothers, I guess, or maybe her sister. Beautiful picture from this African American family. Let's see, there are some bags over here. They seem to be entirely empty. This was actually a cooling bag, so you could take some drinks with you and they would remain cool. Even over here are some clothes in. Some speakers over here. So just try to imagine how they were also just chilling over here in the bedroom listening to music. I'm wondering what kind of music they were listening to. Oh, look at this. That is beautiful. We got a child picture of Travis over here, standing on a dressoir. And another one over there, in a tiny frame, behind the teddy bear. Saying love. We also got some other checks over here. And this again to Mrs. Queen. I believe her second name was Esther. I'm not gonna say her surname to protect this place again. Wow, look at this clock. Beautiful Roman Catholic clock in its display. With Jesus Christ in the middle of the table. And over here we have the piggy bank of Mrs. Queen. It is actually empty. So over here, as you can tell, all their clothes are still hanging up. There are even still some shoe boxes over there. Now I cannot reach this part properly, so this is as close as I can get. I don't want to destroy anything. And just respect this beautiful family home. So it's time, we're gonna explore the living room right now of this precious family. And that's right in front of me. A very tiny living room for a very tiny home. As you can see over here, quite severe state of disrepair already. And all the discarded rubbish just litters the floor. So sad. I can't believe it's been only 3 years. And this is how it looks. Over here we will find many clear signs of the Roman Catholicism, as you can see. Also over here above the door entrance it's saying, "Bless you." This used to be the front door one day. Some little curtains in front of it. Over here is the calendar date, August 2018. That's where time has stopped for this home. And it's been unoccupied ever since. Again, we can see the importance of faith for these people. Faith, family and friends are the keys to true happiness. So let's explore the rest. Right over here we have a beautiful quote that was actually about the mother. "Mom, you are my shining star, you've raised me on your own." You see? You've raised me on your own. So that's another sign that the father of Travis passed when he was still at a young age. You've had some hard and troubled times. You've made our house a home. So this place was a real home, a very confidential environment to grow up for Travis. Now only a memory remains of what once would have shaped a beautiful home. Another beautiful frame over here, showing the importance of faith for those people. They were very religious. Over here on the sofa we again have two safari themed pillows that we've also found in the bedroom. What I haven't told you yet about Travis is that after he got treated in the drug center, he actually became very talented and found his passion in basketball. This is a trophy that he won at a tournament of basketball. We'll find some others as well. For example, over here are already 2 others right next to the television. With the holy hands, again showing the importance of faith for those people. Then over here, it's saying, God bless our home. Within these walls we share our love and strive to do they will. At times we fall in our steps, but you are with us still. Your guiding light. It's about God. God bless our home. With the angel right next to it. Also some nail polish over there. It's so beautiful, guys, to see the importance of religion, but that's not the only thing. The fact that this place was really a loving home for them. They had such a lovely time inside. Right now, it's all just left forgotten. Have a look at all the memories that are scattered around over there. There are so many pictures. I can't believe that nobody ever retrieved all those countless, priceless memories. I think Travis must be still alive. Got the fireplace over here. Some fake flowers. And then look over here. This is so extremely cute and adorable. There is a heart-shaped balloon saying I love you. Then over here there is a card, and that was on Valentine's Day. And Travis actually bought this for his mother, Mrs. Queen. With love on Valentine's Day, what is a mother? A mother, someone special with an understanding heart. When others lose their faith in you, that's just when hers will start. Oh wow. Guys, at the moment when I'm filming this, I've actually not seen my own mother for almost 3 months. I actually also really miss my mother. She's just a lovely woman. Faith, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Look at all those beautiful knickknacks standing here as well. It's so cute. You can tell the strong bond and relation between Travis and his mother. And that's why I sometimes even like those little homes more than a big mansion. They really speak volumes inside and tell a story. Now let's see. We got a picture over here, could maybe be the sister of Mrs. Queen. Many more other photos. That could be Travis in his teenager years. And Travis when he was a child. Oh, this actually can be Mrs. Queen with Mrs. Leo a long time ago. Oh wow, look over here, guys. No, this is so heartwarming. Mrs. Queen and Travis. Wow. When Travis was still very young. Look over here. I actually think that this picture that we've also seen in the bedroom is Mrs. Queen when she was still very young. That's what I think. If I have a closer look at it right now. Over here we can see Travis wearing a very gentle suit. Maybe he went to a prom or something from his school. Over there another picture of Travis and Mrs. Queen. That's amazing. Amazing to see. And all the other people we're seeing in the pictures must be family members. That could have been the mother of Mrs. Queen. That could have been Mr. Leo one day. That's again a picture of Mrs. Queen. It's very hard to show you. I also do not want to rummage too much through these pictures, just out of respect. They've been laying there for a long time. I don't want to move too much stuff. Another religious quote over here. And over here, we actually have the mother of Mrs. Queen. Believe it or not, she passed in 2016, and only 2 years later, Mrs. Queen passed. So not only did Mr. Leo pass away at an extremely too young age, but Mrs. Queen also didn't get too old. I love the vintage television over here, but it seems that that one was not working sufficient anymore, and they afterwards used it as a table for the new television they bought. Now finally we gotta make our way to the last room of this place. And even though this was a very tiny home, there is so much to talk about and to look at. And I'm very thankful to learn more of this Afro-American family today. We're gonna enter the room of Travis, as you can see. They should follow his rules before visiting his room. And the funniest thing is, PS, my room is not always this messy. Sometimes it's worse. That is so funny. I think Travis had a good sense of humor. So there we are, in the quite dark bedroom that once belonged to Travis. Right now, black mold is starting to grow inside. It's also one of the reasons why I'm wearing protection for my airways through the mask. Over there we got some child pictures of Travis. Also over here on the door we got some old memories from him with his friends. All across this region the photos seem to be taken. Over here they were even at a party. Over there on top we actually have the grandfather of Travis, and he passed away in the year 2000. His grandfather, but imagine that he lost his own father already in 1997. This is his death note. It's so sad, because this same person, Mr. Leo, retired in 1987. So that means that only 10 years after his retirement, he actually passed away and departed this earth. God bless this house. For real, the story is extremely sad. I hope by now Travis is doing okay, since he also lost his mother. I hope he didn't found his way back in drugs and got a rebound. I hope he takes good care of himself in case he is still alive, what I do definitely think. There's just no money to fix up the home. Maybe it's even too traumatic for him to return to the home and reclaim some of the belongings. We've still got a snapback from him over here. A lot of letters. Don't want to go too much in detail over there. Now you're probably thinking, Mo, how did you make up that Travis was actually at some point of his life a drug addict? Did you just make something up? I didn't. It's not only about the poster over here, because that was mostly for his preference for music, Tupac. the rap legend, but no. Right over here, above the wall, we actually have a certificate saying Certificate of Completion for the Drug Treatment Program, awarded to Travis in 2010. That means he was addicted for a long time before he finally recovered from his addiction after he lost his father. It's so sad. But in the end, his mother was there to mentally support him and create such a beautiful home and environment for them to live. Now, with that having shown and said, we came to a point where we explored the entire interior of this place. So lastly, to top off and end this exploration, I want to give you a brief tour around the outside of the property. There are also those two cars left behind, a Chevrolet and an Opel. So I'm gonna show them to you and also show you a little bit of the exterior of the property. And after that, we've explored another little but beautiful time capsule in the USA. So let's go outside right now. So it's time to leave this beautiful home now. And the last things I want to show you and explore together is actually the outside. And you are also probably curious how the exterior of this place looks. Now we have a pretty big garden. Over here you can tell it's a sunshiny day. We've got the back porch. Fairly overgrown in the vegetation. We also got a vehicle over there, the Chevrolet. We got a Skelter that was probably from Travis when he was still younger. Oh, there is even another car. So there are 3 cars in total. So we got the Chevrolet over there. That car is in a very bad state. We find it a little bit sketchy exploring outside because people might think we're trespassing, which we actually are. But just really badly want to show you the outside. Looks like they tried to set some of their garbage on fire over here in this iron barrel. Over there, covered in leaves, we got the Opel car. And right over there, that was probably from Travis when he was still younger. He used to play in the garden and swing around. Now lastly, last but not least, the front facade of this beautiful house. There it is. Wow. I really like the properties here in this state. We're actually in Georgia. And yeah, I think they got very nice properties over here. Everything is constructed from wood, and that's a pity though, because it's very weak material to build from. And the homes decay very quickly. I really love how this house has the front porch before actually entering the home. A really beautiful property. Good memories exploring this house. You can also tell that the exterior is also slowly falling apart. It's crumbling to pieces. Anyway, without further ado, I really want to thank you for watching to another episode in the USA, another beautiful time capsule home in Georgia that we discovered. Now if you enjoyed it, you know the drill. Hit the like button, subscribe down below if you want to see more of the USA series and time capsule homes just like this one. And also do not forget to leave a comment down below in the comment section with your opinion or any thoughts or feedback on this video. I would greatly appreciate it. Also, if you want to support us, there is a little link in the description to our Patreon page and a PayPal link. Feel free to check it out. And then, as always, we will see you on our next adventure. Peace out.